What do all successful political movements have in common? In addition to engaging in lobbying and demonstrations, the most effective political movements make use of symbols. The American Revolution was empowered by symbols like the Betsy Ross flag. The pro-abortion movement was successful because of the striking symbol of the coat hanger. The gay rights movement took the country by storm because of its instantly recognizable rainbow flag. Symbols can win over the culture like nothing else. It's clear that the pro-life movement doesn't have a unifying symbol. Sure, a few symbols have been used for the pro-life movement over the years, but none of them has had anything like the impact of, say, the gay pride flag. But this might be about to change. Several years back, pro-life leaders introduced an official flag for their movement. This flag, while good, never really managed to take off. There's several possible explanations for this, but I suspect that it may have something to do with its limited scope. The message of the original pro-life flag is directed only at a single policy position, the abolition of abortion. Of course, the abolition of abortion is essential to the pro-life movement, but when we look at other successful political flags, we notice that they all have something in common. They all speak not just to a single policy position, but to an entire worldview. Take the gay pride flag. This flag is associated not just with support of the legitimization of gay marriage, but with a whole host of sexual identities. Fundamentally, this flag represents not just a particular policy, but an entire way of life. Or take the American flag. It's undeniable that this flag has had a major impact on the world. The reason? The American flag represents more than just America, the nation. It represents American ideals like freedom and independence, which all people can identify with. The broader a flag's reach, the more people who can identify with it, the more successful a flag will be as a symbol of a movement. This brings us back to the pro-life flag. To reiterate, this is a good flag. It conveys the pro-life message well. The problem is that that's kind of all the flag conveys. It doesn't represent an entire worldview. It represents an opposition to abortion. Unlike the gay pride or American flags, the official pro-life flag is limited in scope, and relatively few people can identify with it. This may be why it has only ever had a limited popularity and has never really taken full root as a unifying symbol for the pro-life movement. So what's the solution? Think about the fact that other political movements have modified their flags over time to have a broader reach. Originally, the gay pride flag was just a simple rainbow representing homosexuality. Later, versions of the flag were made which included colors symbolizing transgenderism, intersex conditions, and even black and brown racial identity. This gave more people something to identify with in the flag, making the flag attractive and meaningful to more people than it would have been if it remained a simple rainbow. A similar story played out with the American flag, which started with just 13 stars for 13 colonies. As more states were added to the Union, more stars were added to the flag. The flag came to represent a wider population, and therefore had a broader appeal. With that, the question pro-lifers should be asking is, how can we build on the design of this flag to make it richer in meaning and give it a wider appeal? Now, I want to turn your attention to a modified version of the pro-life flag just recently introduced. This flag, I think, significantly increases the reach of the original pro-life flag and promises to give the pro-life movement the unifying symbol it needs. This flag is being dubbed the pro-life, pro-family flag, and there's one major difference between it and the first pro-life flag. Around the baby feet symbol at its center, the new flag wraps a string of text reading pro-life, pro-mother, pro-child, pro-father. Instantly, it should be clear how this flag has a broader reach than its predecessor. Unlike the original flag, which relates just to the legal protection of the unborn, this new flag ties being pro-life to support of the nuclear family. To be pro-life, this flag is saying, is to believe both that all life should be respected from the first moments of conception to the last moments of death, and that families are the bedrock of society. It captures the idea that the pro-life movement is about an entire way of life, a way of life that starts with the idea that human beings are inherently valuable and ends by saying that the family is the best place for a human being to come to understand his inherent value. By fleshing out the pro-life position like this, the flag gives people who may support traditional families without being explicitly pro-life something to identify with. It presents a message that will appeal to every father, mother, or child, and anyone who's close to a father, mother, or child. In other words, to almost anyone. There are some other advantages to this flag too. One problem that many people have pointed to with the original pro-life flag is its visual similarity to the transgender flag, leading to potential confusion. This new flag corrects that problem by putting the word pro-life front and center. It also goes a long way to addressing an accusation often launched against pro-lifers, which suggests that pro-lifers only care about the unborn and don't care at all about born people. Of course, it's hard to look at the hundreds of pro-life pregnancy help centers and maternity homes around the country and not see how bogus this accusation is. But an accusation doesn't need to be true to carry rhetorical weight, and the wording of this flag goes a long way to addressing it. It seems then that the pro-life movement has finally found a symbol of the caliber of the Betsy Ross flag. This is its chance, a chance to show the world what it stands for and to bring more publicity to the importance of its cause. If you want to join this effort, click on the link below to purchase the pro-life, pro-family flag. This video was in no way linked to the organization selling these flags, but we see how powerful this new symbol will be. We want to see this country become a beacon of light to a world in darkness, and we think that this can only start with a re-emphasis on the dignity of all life, born and unborn. A strong pro-life movement will make a strong America, and this flag, we believe, will give us a strong pro-life movement. God bless, and let's make this happen.